Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hammond Collection review here on Jurassic Collectibles. Today I thought we would do a 2-in-1. We have got the Hammond Collection John Raymond Arnold and Robert Muldoon. So both the new human figures from the latest wave of the Hammond Collection. Two I'm actually really excited for, two cool characters. So we will take a look at Arnold first and then take a look at Muldoon afterwards. So you can see that it says John Raymond Arnold, unable to go through about 2 million lines of code. John Raymond Ray Arnold risks life and limb to restore the power system at Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts. And you can see a cool photo of the figure just there. On the side we have that kind of cool render with the Jurassic Park logo and the Hammond Collection logo. And then the Hammond Collection logo on the other side as well. And this has got the lovely Jurassic Park 30th anniversary logo as well. It's a really cool figure. So I've been excited to get this one in hand. It is kind of really a scaled down version of the Amber Collection version of Arnold, with the only missing accessory being the computer that figure came with. So let's just pop these accessories out and take a closer look at Ray Arnold. And here you can see the figure in the packaging. As you can see, we get the lovely Jurassic Park logo on the pocket. You get the pens. You get the lab coat that he wears in the early portion of the film, which is awesome. And you get a really great head sculpt for this one. Looks really solid. I don't know if the glasses are removable. They may pop out like the other ones. You can see on mine, on one side there's like some golden paint for the glasses, but they've forgotten it on the other side. It's not the end of the world though. A really cool version of Arnold. The tie is a separate piece, it's like tabbed into the shirt, so there is some texture on that. You can see the legs, you've got a lot of nice coloration on those. They're sort of spot onto the grey slacks he wears. You've got the black smart shoes. And all in all, this is a cool rendition of Arnold. I really do like the lab coat look for him, I have to admit. But what this figure does come with, if I put the first accessory on initially, is we get the little headset that he wears during the early parts of the film. So you can see we can clip it on. You've got the little radio microphone. A little bit hard to get it quite at the right angle I would like it to be at. I reckon that's probably the best we're going to get. Does clash with the head a little bit, as you can see there, but there's some good texture work in that actually for such a small scale. Works really well and is a nice piece. And he does have the balding head as well, like we see on Arnold. So cool initial rendition of Arnold, but much like Ian Malcolm, this figure is two costumes in one. So we can slide off the jacket if we want to. We can then remove the arms. Always a slightly nerve-wracking process, to be honest with you. We can then insert these arms. They actually went in quite nice and easily there, I appreciate that. Feels a little bit more robust than the Malcolm figure actually. And you can see we can get, if I just bring that around, Ray Arnold's look from later in the film as well. So you have him with the slightly sweat-ridden shirt. You can see it's got quite a dirty, grimy look to it. The sleeves especially look quite dirty. So this is him later in the film when the stress is starting to kick in. And he really is getting towards the end of that film. Now this figure doesn't come with a particular play feature for removing the arm, but I would assume, and we'll give it a go. Oh, maybe not. I would have assumed that you would be able to remove the joint, the arm just at the joint here, but it appears to be in there quite tightly, so you might be able to do it if you gave it a go. I'm not going to force it. The other thing to note is the hands are interchangeable, so you can remove the hands from this version of the figure, and if we wanted to take the hand from the sleeved version and put it on this version, we can do that if we want to. So all in all, Ray Arnold is a pretty awesome version of the character. Obviously a background character in Jurassic Park, I think it's fair to say, but still a welcome Hammond Collection rendition of Arnold. Really happy with this one. So if we take him to one side and we bring in Robert Muldoon. Robert Muldoon, obviously the game hunter from Jurassic Park. You can see he looks really good in the packaging. We've got his name quite clear there. You've got the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary logo. On one side you've got the cool rendition of Muldoon. On the back you have a description that says, a skilled hunter himself, Robert Muldoon is no match for the clever velociraptors at Jurassic Park. And you've got the Jurassic Park logo just there, and then the Hammond Collection logo on one side as well. So another very cool action figure. This is probably my most anticipated Hammond Collection figure so far, I would say, in terms of the humans, just because I do love Robert Muldoon. So we do get a couple of spare hands for him. You can see this one probably used to cradle the shotgun. Same with the other one, which has got a trigger finger, so we will put those in. We get a alternate head sculpt for Muldoon. This one with the hat, as you can see just there. Pretty good face sculpt all in all. I don't really like the wash they've done for the stubble. I think it's too dark grey, but it's not an awful head sculpt. We then get the Spaz 12 this time. They've learned from the mistakes of the Amber Collection. It is a bit bent out of shape, but there is all the right texture in there. It's got the visuals of the folding stock, even though it doesn't fold. And this particular one does come with a bandolier as well, so he can sling it over his shoulder. It's a shame the bandolier isn't removable, and the shotgun itself does look quite large. I personally am going to display mine with the Legacy Collection version of the Spaz 12, but that's what it is. And then we have the figure itself. I have to admit, I do wish that this one came with the cattle prod as well. I did really like that. I thought that was a cool accessory. But here you can see Robert Muldoon. And you can see some great paint apps for the wristwatch just there. Looks really good. He's got all the right colours that we would expect from Robert Muldoon. He's got the long socks, the brown boots, the shorts. A pretty decent head sculpt actually. We just get it in focus. So you can see just there. And he does have the InGen badge underneath there as well, the little ID badge. And what we can do with Muldoon is actually take the hunter's jacket off. So it's a little bit difficult. So what I would suggest is actually removing the arms, so then you can just slip it off like so. But doing that gives us the version of Muldoon that we see in the command room in the earlier part of the film. So you can see it's Muldoon with just the shirt on. He has got the holster, although in the film it's more to his side, but it is still there, which is a cool inclusion. And this is more Muldoon how we see him in the command center in the earlier portions of the film. And then once he goes out into the park, we would put the vest on and you get the more iconic version of Robert Muldoon, as you can see just there. And we can then swap the heads on these. That head comes off really nice and easily. We can plug on the alternate head, and you can see that is really the definitive 3 3/4 inch version of Robert Muldoon. Really, really great looking figure. Cannot complain about this one either. Really awesome to finally have Muldoon in the Hammond Collection. We can, like I say, swap his hands. So we'll put the hand with the trigger finger in, and we'll leave this hand because this hand is actually quite nice and open. And then what we can do is take the shotgun navigate it into his hand. The trigger finger isn't quite going to, there we go. And we can just angle it like that. And you can see without much posability at all, or without much fiddling with the figure even, it's really easy to get a good grasp of the shotgun. Obviously that little strap does get in the way quite a bit, but if we were to give him the Legacy Collection shotgun, which I will, and which you'll see some photos of at the end, that's going to work really, really nicely. So, Robert Muldoon, again, a really, really strong human addition to the line. I think Mattel are absolutely knocking the humans out of the park at this point. I really love them, and I'm so grateful we're getting them. So, looking at Ray and Muldoon together, you can see that these are a pair of awesome classic Jurassic characters. I'm so happy that we've been able to add these to the collection, and I really do look forward to getting my hands on John Hammond and Dennis Nedry later in the year. With all of that said, guys, that's my thoughts on these figures. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe. And until the next one, take care and have a great week.